Crows are known for their remarkable intelligence, often compared to that of primates. In this video, we'll explore 10 fascinating challenges that showcase just how clever these birds truly are. From problem-solving tasks to tool use, crows have consistently demonstrated their ability to think critically and adapt to new situations. These challenges not only reveal the crow's ingenuity, but also provide a glimpse into the complex cognitive abilities of one of nature's most intelligent creatures. Join us as we dive into the world of crows and witness their incredible problem-solving skills in action. First challenge, opening the mysterious gift box. The crow faces a specially designed wooden box that presents a tough challenge. The lid of the box consists of two triangular wooden pieces, cleverly fastened so that they can only be rotated to the sides if someone wants to open it. Inside the box lies the reward, pieces of food. The most delicious part of the food is at the bottom of the box, hidden by wooden bars. The crow must skillfully open the box, rotate the triangular pieces, and remove the obstructing bars to access the food. Can the crow overcome this intricate challenge and claim the reward? Let's find out. Second challenge, sand and water. In front of the crow are two mysterious jars, one filled with sand and the other with water. Both jars conceal a reward, food, but the food is placed just out of the crow's reach. Additionally, there are 6 small stones lying between the two jars. The crow's task is far from simple. It must overcome 2 tricky challenges to get its reward. 1. First, the crow must use the small stones to try and pull the food out. 2. Then, it needs to make a wise decision and drop the stones into the correct jar. If it drops the stones into the jar with sand, the food will be buried. But if it drops them into the jar with water, the food will slowly rise, making it easier for the crow to retrieve. Can the crow outsmart this clever challenge? Let's find out just how intelligent it is. Third challenge, heavy and light. This time, the crow faces a more sophisticated challenge. In front of it is a jar filled with water, with a tempting piece of food just out of reach for its sharp beak. Surrounding the jar are white stones, but there's a twist. Only half of these stones are heavy enough to raise the water level. The rest are fake stones made of very light material, which will float on the water without helping at all. The crow needs to choose wisely. Only the heavy stones can raise the water level and bring the food within reach. Can the crow overcome this tricky challenge? Let's wait and see. Fourth challenge, solid and hollow. In this challenge, the crow faces an equally tricky task. Once again, there's a jar of water in front of it, with a tempting piece of food placed just out of reach. But this time, the jar is surrounded by small stones encased in plastic frames. Only 4 of these frames contain real stones, while the other 4 are completely hollow. The crow must be very observant and skillful in selecting the frames with real stones. If it mistakenly picks the hollow ones, the water in the jar won't rise, and the reward will remain out of reach. Can the crow overcome this challenge? Let's find out. Fifth challenge, narrow and wide. In this challenge, the crow faces 2 jars, both containing water and a piece of food just out of reach. One jar is twice the size of the other. Surrounding them are small stones, waiting for the crow's choice. But this isn't an easy task. If the crow chooses to drop the stones into the larger jar, the water level will rise more slowly, making it harder to reach the food. Meanwhile, the smaller jar will cause the water to rise more quickly, bringing the reward closer. Can the crow pick the right jar and overcome this clever challenge? Let's wait and see. Sixth challenge, high and low water levels. This time, the crow faces the familiar 2 jars from the previous challenge, one large and one small, both containing water and food just out of reach. However, there's a twist. The water level in the small jar is low, keeping the food far from the crow's beak. In contrast, the larger jar has more water, bringing the food closer. The small stones are still placed around the 2 jars, ready for the crow to use. But now, the crow must be very alert, accurately assess the water levels in each jar, and make a wise decision. Can the crow overcome this challenge that requires sharp judgment? Let's watch and see. Seventh challenge, the U-shaped tube. In this challenging test, the crow faces 3 jars. 2 large jars are on either side, containing only water, while a smaller jar in the middle holds a piece of food. The water levels in all 3 jars are the same. However, there's a hidden secret. The small jar in the middle is connected to the jar on the right by a U-shaped tube. Only when the crow drops stones into the right jar will the water level in the middle jar rise, bringing the food within reach. The left jar, though it also contains water, won't help if the crow drops stones into it. Can the crow overcome this complex challenge and choose the right jar? Let's discover its intelligence. Eighth challenge, the annoying barrier. In this challenge, the crow faces an L-shaped plastic tube. Inside the tube is food, but it's blocked by a barrier, leaving only a small hole open. Outside the tube is a small branch. One end of the branch is larger than the hole in the barrier, while the other end is smaller and can pass through the hole. To get the food, the crow must cleverly choose the right end of the branch. Use it to push the food through the other end of the tube, causing the food to fall to the ground. Can the crow overcome this challenge and claim its reward? Let's find out. Ninth challenge, tool modification. This time, the crow faces a tough situation. The food is at the bottom of an empty jar, but it's weighed down by a heavy rock with a hook. The crow is provided with a piece of wire and must skillfully modify it into a suitable tool to hook the rock out of the jar, allowing access to the food. Can the crow overcome this difficult challenge? Let's see just how clever the crow really is. Tenth challenge, 8 steps to problem solving. To truly test the extraordinary intelligence of the crow, this time it will have to go through a complex sequence of 8 steps to obtain a piece of food that is out of reach inside a very narrow box. Step 1. The crow must skillfully retrieve a short stick hanging from a string. Steps 2, 3, and 4. Using the short stick, the crow must then collect 3 stones hidden in 3 separate boxes. Steps 5, 6, and 7. The crow must drop the 3 stones it has collected into the box to unlock the next tool, a longer stick. If it doesn't drop all 3 stones, the longer stick will remain inaccessible. Step 8. Finally, the crow will use the newly acquired longer stick to reach the piece of food deep inside the box. Can the crow overcome this challenging sequence of tasks? Let's watch and find out. The crow has successfully overcome 10 sophisticated challenges, ranging from using simple tools to solving complex problems such as choosing the right object, modifying tools, and executing a series of methods to tackle the issue. These challenges not only required situational awareness, but also demanded creativity and flexibility in thinking. With each challenge, the crow demonstrated its exceptional intelligence, showcasing its ability to reason, learn, and adapt. Remarkable traits that confirm crows are not just smart, but possess extraordinary cognitive skills. How about you? Which challenge impressed you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to hit the like button, click the bell icon to be the first to receive notifications for the next exciting videos. Finally, share this content with your friends if you found it interesting. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.